In this video, we're going to talk about how we can create a simple timesheet in Excel. So first, let's adjust the width of the cells and the height. And let's adjust the font. Let's make this size 14. So in the first column, I'm going to put the day of the week. In the second column, the date. For column C, the time in which the employee checks in. And then for column D, this is going to be the time where his lunch break starts. And for E, this is the time when he comes back from lunch. And then for F, this is going to be the time where he leaves his job. For column G, we're going to put the number of hours that we'll work that day. Now let's put a name to this particular employee. So let's call him Michael, and let's define his hourly rate. So this is going to be $40 an hour. And let's adjust the background color. Now this is going to be a weekly timesheet, so I'm going to just have the first 5 days of the week. And let's extend the pattern just like we did in the first column. So let's go ahead and make this bold, and let's change the background color to a light blue color. So now let's say that Michael, on Monday, he gets to work at 8 a.m. And let's say he starts his lunch break at 12 p.m. He gets back from lunch at 12:30, and he checks out from work at 5 p.m. How can we calculate the number of hours that he worked for that day? So between 8 and 5, that's 9 hours. The lunch break is 30 minutes, so 9 hours minus 30 minutes, that's about 8.5 hours, or 8 hours and 30 minutes. That's the answer that we should get. Now for the formula, here's what we're going to do. We're going to type in equal, parentheses, another parentheses, or parenthesis rather. First, I'm going to take the difference between cell F2 minus cell C2. So that will give us the total hours worked without taking into account the lunch break. So that's 9 hours right there. Next, we're going to subtract that by his lunch break. And that's going to be cell E2 minus cell D2. So I'm going to close the parenthesis and close it again. Now Excel likes to deal in 24-hour time periods. So I'm going to multiply this by 24. So I get 12, which is not the answer I'm looking for, but we need to adjust the format of this number. So if you go to Home, Custom, and select General, no specific format, now we get the answer that we're looking for, which is 8.5 hours. Now let's extend the pattern. So here we have F2 minus C2, F3 minus C3, F4 minus C4, and so forth. So now let's put in some values for Tuesday. Let's say he checks in at 8 in the morning, but this time he's going to take a 1-hour break. So he's not going to come back till 1 o'clock. And he's going to end at 5. So we have a difference of 9 hours minus the 1-hour break. That will give us 8 hours. Let's say on Wednesday he comes in early. He starts at 7 and he ends late at 7. So that's 12 hours. And he's going to take a 1-hour break. So we should get 11 as our answer, which we do. Now let's say he starts super early. He goes from 6:30 and he ends at 8:30. So how many hours is that? 6:30 a.m. to 6:30 p.m. is 12 hours. Going from 6:30 to 8:30, that's another 2 hours. So that's 14 hours right now. Now let's say he starts his lunch break at 12:15 and ends at 12:45. So we have 14 hours minus 30 minutes, so we get 13.5. So we can see the math is working. For Friday, this is going to be a random value. Let's say he starts early at 6:45. He starts lunch at 12:04, ends at 12:27, and finishes the day at 5:08 p.m. Oh, that's exactly 10. Let's make this 5:11. So now we have all the hours worked for each day. So what we need to do to calculate his weekly paycheck, we need to get the total number of hours that was worked. We need to determine how much of that represents overtime hours. And with this information, we can calculate his weekly paycheck. So to get the total number of hours, we just need to type in equal sum, and we just have to sum this column. Now let's say if you want a bi-weekly timesheet or a monthly timesheet. If you have more than 5 data points, what you could do is you can just select column G and it will take the sum of the entire column. In this case, our answer is still the same. We have about 51 hours worked for this particular week. Now before we continue, let's go ahead and make this a bold color. It looks better that way. Now how can we calculate the overtime hours? Now since we're dealing with a weekly timesheet, anything above 40 hours will be considered overtime. So we're going to take, let's type in equal, we're going to take the value in cell J6 and subtract it by 40. So in this case, we have 11.05 overtime hours. Now, if we're dealing with a bi-weekly paycheck, that's 2 weeks. So if 1 week is 40 hours, 2 weeks will be 80. So we would subtract the total hours by 80. As long as it's over 80, he's going to get paid for his overtime work. Now, if it's monthly, 1 month is not always 4 weeks of work. Sometimes you may have an additional day. So you need to reconfigure the entire timesheet if you want to create a monthly timesheet that calculates your monthly paycheck. So this particular timesheet works if you want to calculate the weekly paycheck with overtime or a bi-weekly paycheck with overtime. Because if you're dealing with a whole month, are you going to subtract it by 160 hours or 4 weeks? But sometimes you may have 4 weeks and 1 work day, or 4 weeks and 2 work days, depending on if it's like May 31st or something. And you have to take that into account. So that's a topic for another day. But let's finish this particular video. So how can we calculate the weekly paycheck with everything that we have? What would you do? Well, first, we need to take the total number of hours that he worked for the week and multiply it by Michael's hourly rate, which is cell K3. And then plus, we're going to take his overtime hours, we're going to multiply it by K3, and then we're going to multiply it by a half. So his weekly paycheck is $2,263. Now with overtime pay, you might be thinking, okay, shouldn't we multiply the overtime hours by 1.5? And the answer is yes, but we already did that. When you look at the formula here, the 11.05 hours, we've multiplied it by 0.5 here, but also, by 0.5 times 40, so which is half of his hourly rate. But the 11.05 is also included here, and we multiply that by 40. So the net effect is that we multiplied 11.05 by 60, because here we multiplied by 40, and here we multiplied it by half of 40, which is 20. So we've multiplied 11.05 by 60 in actuality. So this is the value of his weekly paycheck. So that's how you can create a timesheet with a lunch break incorporated into it, where you can get the weekly paycheck with overtime hours included. So the only thing you need to adjust in the timesheet is basically the times that he checks in and he checks out, his hourly rate, and then the date of the week. Other than that, everything else could stay the same. So that's it for this video. Now you know how to create a weekly timesheet. I'm just going to take a minute and tidy up this worksheet, make it look a little better.